When it comes to protecting your home and your loved ones, nothing matters more than having a reliable and effective firearm at your side. While handguns and carbines are still incredibly popular choices, many shooters are turning to shotguns for their undeniable stopping power and their sheer intimidation factor. That's why we've put together a selection of our top picks for tactical home defense shotguns, covering both semi-automatic and pump-action platforms. Now, not every defense scenario looks like something out of a war zone, and that's exactly why I gave some serious thought to the Axor Arms FSS Mini, a compact 12-gauge shotgun that brings some real innovation to the table. What sets this firearm apart is its unique folding design, which allows it to collapse down small enough to be stashed in something like a laptop bag. Unlike the Mossberg Shockwave, which runs on a pump-action system, the FSS Mini operates semi-automatically and features a 14-inch barrel with a tubular magazine right underneath it. Chambered in 12-gauge with a 3-inch chamber, this scattergun carries a total of 5 shells, 1 in the chamber and 4 in the tube. It's fitted with a crossbolt safety located just behind the trigger guard and a bolt release on the right-hand side of the receiver. The FSS Mini is outfitted with a lightweight polymer pistol grip and forend, both of which are designed to enhance control and keep the overall weight down. The textured forend provides a firm grasp, even in high-stress situations. You'll also find a standard 22mm Picatinny rail, which makes it easy to add lights, lasers, or whatever your particular setup calls for. The manufacturer's suggested retail price for the Axor Arms FSS Mini sits at $449. When Mossberg turned heads with their release of the 590 Shockwave, it didn't take long for other brands to come out with their own takes on this compact firearm concept. One of the more budget-friendly options out there is the Daly Honcho Tactical, which is built right here in the United States. Priced at roughly half the cost of the Mossberg 590 Shockwave, the Honcho sports a 14-inch barrel. But thanks to its lack of a shoulder stock, it doesn't legally qualify as a shotgun, which means it avoids all of that NFA red tape entirely. What makes the Honcho stand out is its bird's head-style grip, which has a rubberized coating that offers enhanced retention and helps to reduce recoil slip. Up front, the thick-ribbed pump handle ensures that you get a solid purchase with each cycle, and it includes a molded-in Picatinny rail segment for attaching your tactical accessories. The safety controls are located conveniently behind the trigger, and the action release latch is integrated into the trigger guard for quick and easy manipulation. Constructed with an aluminum receiver and a steel barrel, this 12-gauge is built to last without weighing you down, and it accepts both 3-inch Magnum loads and standard 2 3/4-inch shells. For those who want a highly maneuverable firearm for home protection or to keep stowed away in a vehicle, the Daly Honcho is a compelling choice. That being said, like many compact stockless firearms, it does come with a bit of a learning curve. Mastering the control and the recoil management takes practice. But once you've got it down, it becomes a serious contender in any home defense loadout. The Rock Island Armory VRF-14 really breaks the mold when it comes to compact 12-gauge shotguns. It immediately grabbed my attention and made everything else I had on the bench seem a lot less interesting. The overall design gives off some serious AR-15 vibes, though the dimensions and the internals are anything but standard AR fare. Up top, the upper receiver features a full-length Picatinny rail, offering ample room for optics, iron sights, lights, or lasers basically, whatever you feel like bolting on. Plus, the handguard comes with additional rail sections, so there is no shortage of attachment points. One major difference from a traditional AR platform is the charging handle. Instead of being located at the rear like on an AR-15, the VRF-14 sports a side-mounted charging handle that is fixed to the bolt carrier and moves with each shot, just like you'd expect to see on some battle rifles. It ships with a 5-round box magazine, but Rock Island confirms that it is compatible with their larger 9-round and 19-round magazines from their VR series. That makes it easy to tailor your loadout, whether you're prepping for home defense or just running some drills at the range. The pistol grip is generously contoured, giving you a secure, hand-filling hold, and the aggressively textured forend helps you to keep a solid grip during recoil. And you're going to need it because firing the VRF-14 is a wild experience. The pistol grip helps to soak up some of that recoil, but your support hand definitely earns its keep. For up-close personal defense, it is hard to top the power of a 12-gauge, and this gun's compact build makes it much easier to store or maneuver indoors. And because of the detachable box magazine, you can keep the shotgun unloaded but ready to go. Just slap in a magazine, and you are in the fight within seconds. That being said, shooting 3-inch shells out of this thing without a stock is downright punishing. It's not impossible, but I won't pretend that it's pleasant. Think of it more as a necessary compromise than a good time. Now, shifting gears a bit, if we're talking about legendary compact shotguns, we have got to mention the Serbu Super Shorty, which has held its place as the go-to in the ultra-small shotgun world for nearly 2 decades. Built from either a Mossberg 500 or a Remington 870 that originally came equipped with a pistol grip, the Super Shorty is legally classified as an any other weapon, or AOW, under the National Firearms Act. And that means you're looking at a $5 tax stamp instead of the standard $200 stamp for most NFA items. Whether folks pick it up as a novelty or for real-world use, I can tell you that the Super Shorty handles both of those roles better than you might expect. There aren't many 12 gauges that will just drop into a backpack, but this one does it with room to spare. With a total length of only 16.5 inches and a barrel that measures just 6.5 inches, this little beast is as maneuverable as it is compact. That short overall size opens up a lot of practical uses as well. For instance, if you're deep in the woods and you're worried about bear country, the Super Shorty offers plenty of stopping power without weighing you down, coming in at just over 4 pounds. It's also a viable option for defending your home office, a tight hallway, or the interior of a vehicle. From muzzle contact out to around 7 yards, that stubby little barrel throws a devastating spread. Sure, with only 2 shells in the tube and 1 in the chamber, the capacity is limited. And yes, touching off slugs from this thing might make you rethink some of your life choices. But in tight quarters, few firearms are as intimidating, as maneuverable, and as downright effective as the Serbu Super Shorty. When Mossberg dropped the 590 Shockwave back in 2017, it didn't just cause a ripple in the firearms world. It sent shockwaves through the entire defensive shotgun market. Short-barreled scatterguns had been legally viable for a while, and a few boutique companies had already dipped their toes into that space. But it was Mossberg's combination of smart design, brand recognition, and solid marketing that pushed the concept into the mainstream and sparked a wave of compact 12-gauge releases from their competitors. By trimming the barrel down to under 16 inches and replacing the stock with a factory-installed bird's head grip, Mossberg created a shotgun that was nimble, easy to store, and surprisingly effective in tight quarters. But those design changes did come with some trade-offs. The shorter barrel and reduced magazine tube mean a lower ammunition capacity, and the lack of a stock makes managing recoil, especially with full-powered 3-inch shells, a serious challenge for an unprepared shooter. Mossberg responded to that recoil concern pretty quickly. They expanded the Shockwave family to include models chambered in 20-gauge and the more manageable 410 bore, both of which offered gentler recoil while maintaining that same compact footprint. By 2018, Mossberg had taken things a step further with the introduction of the 590M series, box magazine-fed shockwaves that brought faster reloads and increased versatility to the table. Then, in 2021, they unveiled the 590S line, an updated version of the Shockwave that changed the game once again. The 590S models can cycle 1 3/4-inch mini shells, standard 2 3/4-inch shells, and full-length 3-inch loads, interchangeably without the need for any adapters. Earlier, Shockwaves required a special insert to run those mini shells, but the new S series incorporates a built-in energy-dampening bumper system that allows all of those shell lengths to function reliably. This model also features a redesigned elevator and bolt slide to enhance feeding and cycling, right out of the box. The original Shockwave had already proven itself to be a massive hit among home defense-minded shooters. With the 590S variant, Mossberg aimed to build on that success by offering even more flexibility without compromising on reliability. Being able to run different shell sizes back-to-back makes it a great option for folks who want one shotgun that can do it all. Now, while the Shockwave is a slick little platform, it's important to understand the legal boundaries. Under federal law, you cannot conceal carry it. You also can't install a shoulder stock or swap out the grip for something else without venturing into illegal territory. And while trying to shoulder fire one of these would probably wreck your shoulder and your pride, even attempting it could put you at odds with federal firearm regulations. The bottom line is this: the Mossberg 590 Shockwave, especially the newer S-Series, is one of the most compact, powerful, and versatile pump guns on the market today. Just know the rules, respect the design, and use it the way it was intended, and you will have a serious home defense tool that delivers in close quarters.